Hi there, Taurus, Taurus Rising, and of course all of you Taurus Moon people out there. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting February 24th, 2020. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, should you ever wish to get a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's called integrativemysticism.com. And just so you guys remember, we have somebody who lives in the unit upstairs who is moving out, and so you might hear some noises. They've got the washer going because, they're getting ready to move. So if you hear any, bumps and whatnots, I apologize. So what is going on when it comes to your astrology over the course of this coming week? Well, on Tuesday, we've actually got Mercury, currently retrograde in your 11th house of friendships and social networking, Pisces, conjunct the Sun, which is actually in the same area. Now, Mercury retrograde in your 11th house is all about having opportunities to reconnect, reunite, and maybe even reveal some new opportunities to connect with people from your past, or connect with old friends, connect with your old social group, and even heal relationships that have become distanced. The Sun is coming in and attracting stronger bonds with people you have older connections with, or maybe even, again, people we've just lost touch with. It doesn't have to be the energy of a full-blown falling out, though with Mercury retrograde conjunct the Sun, it could be that somebody that we had a close connection to in that way once upon a time that we did have a falling out with, we have a chance to revive and have a chance to work that out with one-on-one. But this energy is going to linger a little bit, maybe even into Wednesday, when we have Mercury retrograde kind of working on helping you to get back in touch with your people, so to speak. We are connecting and reconnecting with people that actually resonate with who we really, really are on the inside. The Sun is overwhelmingly trying to dissolve and clear any kind of relationships that are maybe founded on pretense or founded on performativity, or maybe things that are built in an artificial way simply for another means. So this can be a little bit frustrating because it is putting a huge focus on depth. We may be feeling a little bit exposed. We may be feeling like a lot of our personal truths, all perfectly positive, though with the Sun conjunct Mercury retrograde, it might feel a bit uncomfortably vulnerable at the time. They're coming out and connecting us with people that really almost always should have been there with us. And these could be people that resonate more with our natural self, even people from our past, and we want to be making room for them. And so your social life is going through a big revision during this week, or at least an opportunity for it. Of course, you always have free will. Moving on to Friday, we've actually got Venus, the planet of love, affection, harmony, magnetism, and the finer things in life, in your 12th house of your past, your privacy, your hidden zone, things that you're keeping in secret, forming a square to Pluto, which is currently in your 9th house of higher education, government and legal proceedings, travel, as well as culture, your spiritual life, and, of course, your connections abroad. Now, with Venus square to Pluto, a beautiful gift or a huge token of affection is coming to you in secret. But it does feel like this is something you don't know if you could carry on or accept. With the square, we can always adjust the terms and make sure that everything is in the best interest for all concerned so that we can have our cake and eat it too. But Venus square to Pluto almost always brings a conflict of interest. Now, this could be something where we are receiving some kind of gift, benefit, or special treatment from somebody, but it doesn't seem fair based on what's going on with other people involved in a certain group. This could be, yes, you maybe even getting some kind of special secret benefit that you're not supposed to spread around the office, or maybe even something going on when it comes to your love life as it relates to somebody going out of their way to maybe flex, in a sense, some of their power and influence and use it for you in some way, but it almost feels like it's a bit too much. Honor your boundaries, honor what you're comfortable with, all right? Don't let yourself get pressured into accepting something you don't want to accept, but don't just impulsively or compulsively reject something, because you are in the driver's seat now. Whether you accept or reject 100% or 50%, that really is up to you and where you want to participate and be in that moment. So, before we get on to the cards, I do want to remind everybody that if you are a part of my Patreon channel, your monthly astrology horoscopes for March will be up by the 23rd. And if you are interested in learning about Soulmates, Twin Flames, and Oversoul groups and Soul Family in general, I have now since put up my Oversoul video on the main channel page. You can check that out by clicking on my avatar and going to the main channel page, or you can open up the down bar below this video and follow the links to go see it. So what is going on when it comes to your cards this week? Well, on the spiritual themes front, we do have the Ten of Swords in reverse. And with the Ten of Swords in reverse, we are seeing things getting second chances this week, or maybe things getting chances they never got in the first place. That's the important thing to remember about the Ten of Swords in reverse. It's that things that were pinned down or blocked, or maybe things that never got a chance to get off the ground, are now having their opportunity to do so. And so we could be giving things second chances, or giving things their well-deserved first chances, and those could also be given to you. When I think about that Mercury retrograde conjunct the Sun, maybe there's a friendship or a connection that never got to, see where it could possibly go, what the potential was. Or maybe it's just in its own way a chance for a lot of you Taurus people to experience. You can embellish it if you want, I guess, but experience and step into a life or a lifestyle or a social expression that was quashed by other issues, right? Whether it's economic concerns, social pressures, availability issues. The Ten of Swords reversed is almost giving you a new lease on life, or that experience a new lease on life this week. And whatever it is, it's going to be, again, a theme of your whole week, so it's not just one place. Don't manifest it showing up in one place because you're anticipating now, watching it ahead of time. Don't do that. As we get to the influx, what's coming into your life, we have the Five of Swords in reverse. This is a week of tremendous healing and burying of the hatchet that's going on. And we have the Five of Swords reversed, of course, this could be patching things up and maybe doing a lot of healing on the social front, which is what we've seen this whole time. It's also a big part of that getting, chances to get the right thing off the ground, or giving things a second chance. But the Five of Swords reversed is all about ending of conflict, ending of controversy, and ending of war. Now, this could also be a time for those of you who are interested in maybe ending something that you are a part of, or maybe even proposing a truce to another person. Maybe you're in a situation where you wish to be given the second chance. Self-awareness. If that is the case, you have your best chance this week. Because with the Five of Swords reversed, it's all about getting all of the complications of the external out of the way. Nobody is coming in with their ego defense. They're not coming in with 1,000,001, superficial justifications for their actions. They're not coming in and deflecting and protecting while also trying to get back their bond or their connection or their opportunity with you. There's really a commitment to peace. And with the Five of Swords reversed, a lot of you Taurus people are going to be mending some bridges that you thought either you burned or the other person burned, or maybe it was just burned by circumstance. It's all about a shift. When it comes to the outflux, what's going away, we have the Eight of Cups in reverse, and it's very much following suit with what we've seen before. The Eight of Cups reverse as an outflux is all about the idea of going back, or the idea of going back in time. Sometimes it's better to just start with a clean slate instead of just resume a connection from the last point we interacted, whatever kind of connection it is. Sometimes we can't just immediately go back and do the therapy moment. In fact, one of the worst things you can ever do is try to have an emotional processing therapy moment with the person who triggers you. It's more important to be able to actually start fresh and work on reestablishing that trust, that bond, that connection, and then, if you wish, if you still feel you need to, then work on delving in and doing the healing once the new stability is there. It's kind of like how when it comes to people giving apologies that are given immediately are all about the apologizer's ego and the apology receiver's ego. It may not necessarily actually be all that sincere. However, something that is thought out and something that is done more carefully is always going to have its best bet. Now, this week, with the Eight of Cups reversed going away, a lot of no going back points are no longer no going back points. They are going back possible, going back available. How you choose to use those avenues is up to you. When it comes to your material concerns as it relates to your wealth and your money and your professional life, we have the Ten of Cups in reverse. And a lot of you Taurus people are going to need to pay careful attention to what is going to be on the offering table this week. All that glitters is not gold. With the Ten of Cups reversed, it's important to pay attention to where maybe there is almost too much of a focus on the aesthetic, on showing off when it comes to either a professional prospect or a financial prospect. In a lot of cases with the Ten of Cups reversed, we see sort of that misdirection of attention because we want to make something look really, really wonderful and admirable when it may not necessarily be showing you the full picture of itself. What's the catch? What's the price? What's the interest rate on this thing? The Ten of Cups reversed I can often see as sort of like the lower polarity of Instagram. Somebody taking a really hot picture from the really hot angle in the only clean corner of their apartment, and we don't see anything else about their lives. We have to be mindful about what is going on in that space, because with the Ten of Cups reversed, you could be still the recipient of some very good news, but honor your boundaries as well, and focus on what is coming to you humbly and sincerely, and not necessarily trying to appeal to the superficial sensibilities of whatever is going on in that space. This could be an account, this could be something going on in your job, a position being offered to you that's not all it's cracked up to be. It can be worked out, but you have to call it when you see it. When it comes to the external, what's going to be going on with your friends, your relatives, and the other people in your life, we have the Ace of Swords upright. And with the Ace of Swords upright, it's all about access, right? We have open season or the green light effect coming through here. And the Ace of Swords upright, I'm actually seeing that there are two things going on. I'm probably not from the same person, but two things going on in your social life to anticipate and be eager for. One, we of course have, yes, chances to heal friendships, right? Or maybe get with the right people, start to work on getting closer to people that have kept us or we've kept them at arm's length. The Ace of Swords upright is also all about a friend or somebody close helping you to actually launch some kind of major dream or major intention that you have. This person with the Ace of Swords is using their power responsibly. They may go a little bit far because Venus square to Pluto is still there, but at the same time with the Ace of Swords, they are also lifting you up. They're helping you to actually get something out of the realm of intrigue and conception, and or maybe concept, and really moving you into a space where we can finally start to see a major goal or agenda, substantiate for you. The Ace of Swords upright is all about somebody using their power to either open a door for you to them or open a door for you for your dream. When we have the relationships card pop up, however, with the Queen of Cups reversed, pay attention. There could be some stuff going on this week as it relates to quite possibly a partner or somebody new doing a bit of escapist work. And with the Queen of Cups reversed, sometimes a person may delve too deeply into something that is supposed to be nurturing, but they're turning it into a bit of a drug. And this might be something that is understandable. We're not judging this individual at this point in time. And we can turn lots of things that are not drugs into drugs. And what's happening, what I'm getting here, is that this is sort of, they're mishandling something that should be very positive and very healing, either for them or for the couple. And sometimes that can happen when a person decides to project maybe their own journey, their own healing process, or their own troubles onto a perfectly worthy, a perfectly loving, or a perfectly empowering circumstance and reducing its level of effectiveness. You can see this sometimes happen in social circles, or maybe things that have to do with like exercise or diets, maybe even when it comes to a spiritual path or an ideology that they believe in. When that obsession kicks in with the Queen of Cups reversed, it has to do with this person sort of maybe accidentally using this circumstance as a means to another end, but they should probably not be mixing them up so intensely, because it's not going to serve anybody. And you may be finding that this is detracting a little bit from a partner's work on themselves or a partner's work on the relationship. Use compassion and use patience when dealing with this. So that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You all know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session, go on ahead to my website. It's a website, integrativemysticism.com.